All right. Hello, hello. Let's see if anybody pops on today. Today is Wednesday, July 15th. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it. About a month until I go back to school. Fun times. Um, let's see. I'll give it a second. So, welcome if you're watching this live or on the replay. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Jennifer Olea. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Yuma, Arizona. It's kind of windy today. It's kind of windy. Um, let's see. Gail says hello. Hello, Gail. How are you doing today? I'm so happy you're here. And Yolanda said good morning. Good morning to you. And that the sound is good. Perfect. I love it. Thank you so much. Um, what was I saying? It's kind of windy today, which the pool just got cleaned yesterday and it looked gorgeous. And so, of course, it has to be windy today. We get a lot of sand in our pool because we're kind of open to the desert in the back. So it's a thing, but whatever. I guess I can't complain. We have a pool, right? Good morning, Lola. I'm so happy you're here. Thank you guys so much for being here. Um, okay, today is Wednesday. So that means paper crafting fun here in the casita. It's a busy day for me. I went to the gym this morning. I'm doing this. I'm doing a fun full late video later. I need to slow down and speak my words. Um, and I have a team meeting today at 2, which is always fun. I love it when we get together around the table and craft and chat, and it's just great. I love it. Okay, so with that being said, I did want to say that next week there will be no live, but I'll do a fun-filled video. So the fun-filled videos are dropped on YouTube. And if you have subscribed to my email list, then I send you a link to that video and also a PDF of the measurements used to create the fun fold. But the video is really like the tutorial on how to create the fun fold. But I give you the PDF so that if I miss measurements in the video, then they're written down for you, right? Okay. So all that to say, if you're not subscribed to my email, sign up for my email. So let's make the table bigger because that's really what we're here to see. So paper crafting fun. This is how you can find me on all the socials. And today, I always prepare what I'm going to do either Monday or Tuesday. And this week it happened to be Tuesday. So yesterday I was like, what am I going to do for a live? I don't know. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? Creativity was just not there for me. So I was like, okay, let me know if you guys have ever been in that situation where you're like, I want to be crafty, but what do I want to do? I don't know. So I was like, okay, what haven't I really played with? So I pulled out these dies. Okay. So we're going to be playing with the Scalloped Blooms dies today, plus the stamp set that goes with them, which is a bunch of awesome sentiments. And I also pulled in the Bordered in Beauty because I am basically copying this card from the catalog. I was like, I like that card. All right, let's go for it. So the catalog is always a great place to start if you're kind of like, I don't know what to do. So this is the card that we're going to create today. And this like whoosh whoosh scallopy stamp set is the one that's from, what's it called? Bordered in Beauty. So, but everything else is going to be from the Scalloped Blooms bundle. Okay. So let me show you what we're going to do today. Okay, we're also using a couple of new ink colors. I haven't really played with the new ink colors a whole lot. In class the other day, somebody told me that they are loving Peaceful Pine. So I was like, all right, let's go with that, Peaceful Pine. So we have a card base that is 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. So we're just going to fold that guy in half, like so. Good morning, Mom. I'm so happy you're here. Thank you. Okay, so we are going to stamp. Okay, and so I am going to stamp this whoosh whoosh scallopy looking stamp. You guys see this? And do you notice that it's not as wide as my card base? So we're going to have to do some connecting, but the ends of this have like a little, let me see if I can show you. So it does connect. Like, yeah, see that top one? You can't really tell. Oh, it's probably right there. You guys see? But you can connect the little loops. Kind of reminds me of cursive writing, loop-de-loop. Sometimes when you find a good pen and you just want to loop, loop, loop all over the paper. Okay, so let's take our Peaceful Pine ink pad. We're going to tap it up. And I don't know if I'm going to have to take my glasses off for this or not. We'll see. Oops, I just kicked my toe. One thing about this is I don't want the connection in the same spot every time. So I'm going to kind of like alternate it. It's kind of, I don't know. We're going to go for the best here. On my desk, when I create this card, there's not so many lights shining on me and the glare from the block. All right. Oh no, start over here. Now, I have a little double right here. I don't know if you guys see. Let's see, will the loop design fit on a basic 4 by 5 1/4? No, it is. The loop design is, it's not quite 3 1/2. Because that would have been good, right? If it was like, would fit that basic layer that we typically do. But a lot of it's going to be covered up. So, and I'm okay with the imperfections. Like it doesn't have to be perfectly, the loop doesn't have to be perfect every time. As long as I'm close-ish, that's good enough for me. So I'm just going down the page. Down. When I first saw this in the catalog, I thought maybe it was all paper. It was like a border die or something that made these scallops. And then, like the old lady I am, I took my glasses off and I could see it. Nope, it's not paper, it's a stamp. All right, one more, and then we will be done with the loop-de-loop for the front. We're actually going to use it again for the inside. But, okay, so there is that. Now, oops, I'm going to cover it up, the ink, so I don't get it all over my paper. Let's see. So there is our card base. So you see how if you like far away, it could act, you would think that maybe it is all just like scallops, but it's not. It's a stamp. So, okay. And then I have a bunch of paper here. So I've already cut out this big scallop guy, which is going to be where we're going to work across the focal point. I have one flower already made, and I was going to talk about this new paper that comes in the Violet Suite. I forget what the Violet Suite is actually called, but it's Violet something. But it is this striped. Look at how pretty that is. Won't that just be gorgeous at Christmas time too? But it's striped, sparkly, silver-ish sparkles. And I had a bunch. Let me see if I have any left over. I used it for a class, and so I had a bunch of leftovers, like this, right? Minus these holes, because those are already cut out. Typically, I would not save these, but I did for some reason. And so I got to use this paper, these little scraps right here, to cut out all of these little tiny circles from the dies, right? From the scalloped bloom dies. And we're going to use them as the middle of our flowers. Okay. And I think, there we go. I'll stick them over that so I don't lose them. Okay. Now, we have some dies here. Let's see. We're going to use, okay, so this is two-toned petal pink, and we're going to use that for the big flowers, and then I have two-toned Daffodil Delight for the smaller flowers. So I thought I cut out more flowers, but you guys are going to have to bear with me while I cut out some flowers here. Look at these dies. Aren't they cool? You guys know me. You guys know I love a good layer. But then you could use them separately too, which none of the scallops that we're going to be cutting out today am actually going to be like using as a layer, which is kind of cool. It just stretches your dies, right? And then it has these little tags for some great sentiment work or whatever. Just build on your card. Okay. Let's get all of this, try to get as much as we can cut. So we're going to do this, and this, and also some, for the leaves, I'm actually using Pool Party. Did you ever think you'd use Pool Party as leaves? I never thought I would, that's for sure. But here I am. Okay, let's see. Do you guys ever lose your acrylic plate? I lose it all the time. I set it down and then it's like, where'd it go? It's acrylic. It's kind of like camouflage in the wild, right? It just gets lost on your craft space. All right. So we have all of these. Let's take those guys off. Stick them in the pile. We're going to take this. We're done with that. But we have to do 3 more times of this little layer. So just bear with me here a second. Oh, but you know what? I could do this too. So this tag came from the Bordered and Beauty die set. All right. And one more time for another yellow flower, and then I think we're done with the machine. Let's see. Fingers aren't working that well this morning. All right, so in Stampin' Up! News, the exciting thing that's happening today is that as a demonstrator, we get to preview the new catalog that's going to be available in September. We don't get to order yet, but we get to preview it and look at it. So that's always exciting. Let's see. And put that there. Okay. Let's stamp. Again, we're using Peaceful Pine. And we're going to use the thank you. It doesn't fit perfectly, but it fits good enough. The little loop on the Y gets cut off just a little bit. But again, oops, maybe. Yep, I'm okay with that. So this is our tag that's going to go on the front. So we're just kind of building this card. I'm going to loop around some baker's twine. No, it's not baker's twine. It's linen thread. Those are two different things. Baker's twine and linen thread, two different things. Baker's twine is like what you would wrap a turkey with. Linen thread, I would not wrap a turkey with. Okay. So I just went kind of like scalloped indent to scalloped indent, and I did it twice. I don't know that I'm going to have enough to do it twice. Actually, the bow will probably be a little smaller. And if I don't like it, then I do have another roll. But why would I not try to make this work? Okay. So I wrapped it around twice. Now I'm going to loop the right side through the tag. And I'm probably, before I tie anything, I'm going to put some adhesive on here. Actually, dimensional, I should say. I'm going to use a dimensional to pop this guy up so that it stays in place and it's easier for me to tie it. So let's go ahead and do that. Pop this guy up. Oops, I want this a little closer because it is going to hang off the scallop part, but this way it's secure, so it's not flapping around when I am trying to tie this bow. And we'll see if this is going to work. It's going to be a tiny bow. I'll show you the difference. There we go. I'll probably make it even tinier so that the loop, or not the loop, but the part that's hanging down is a little longer. Like so. There we go. Okay. So there is part of what we're doing today. Now, I'm going to attach this to the card because I want to build it once it's attached to the card. Because those flowers that we're going to build with the small scallops are going to hang off this big white scallop. Hopefully that makes sense to you guys. I also want to make sure that I don't, I don't want to build it and have the flower hanging off the card, right? So there's this. We're going to use some dimensionals. Some flowers are going to be flat. But first, let's build all of our flowers so we know what we're playing with. Like so. I love when I'm able to build something and kind of tuck stuff in. I kind of think maybe it might be like floral arranging, but maybe not. I don't know. I'm not a floral arranger. Whew, that was a lot of glue. Okay, we're going to take some glue and just spread this guy around because that was a lot. Hello, Kathy. I'm so happy you're here. Thanks for joining. All right, so we are putting these big dots on these little scallops to create flowers. And I even thought about when I opened up this glue, which I just did right before filming, So don't go crazy. Or what did I do? I went a little crazy. All right. So we're going to add these guys to make flowers. Like so. Okay. And then I'm just going to kind of place them. I know one of these guys is going to be, I'm wiping off a little glue that came squishing out. But if it squishes out, it dries clear, so I'm not that worried about it. Okay, so we're going to use dimensionals for this guy. I'm just tearing off the edges because, of course, we're going to use all of the dimensional pieces that you get. Did I put glue on all of this? I don't know that I did. Looks like it's poking out. What the heck is happening to me today? Okay, there we go. All right, and pushing these guys down. So I'm going to start with this flower, and I'm just going to kind of build around it. So this guy's also going to get a dimensional. Like so. And I pretty much just copied the way that it looked in the catalog. So Stampin' Up! Has some amazing artisans that create all these samples. So when I'm not feeling too creative, I'm not really sure what I want to do, I absolutely go to the catalog and they help me out. So don't be afraid to, don't think that you're not being creative or crafty if you're just copying something. Because we always do a little take on what we want to do, or like what we have, right? Like I had some Petal Pink sitting, two-tone cardstock sitting on my desk, so that's what I went with. And I actually think in the sample or the card that they did in the catalog, I think a lot of this was stamped. I think the leaves were stamped, but this way we're doing, we're kind of paper building all this stuff. Okay. Kind of scared now with the glue, because I use glue to attach these flowers, which I'm just going to tuck in. Okay. I'm scared now. All right. Let's see. Do I want to use that glue, or do I want to go for my smaller tip? I should probably go for my smaller tip. But here we are, living dangerously on on Paper Crafty Fun Wednesdays. All right. If you had tweezers, which I do, make sure I have tweezers sitting here. You could use those to pick them up, but all right. So now we're just building. It's like a lot of glue. Let's see if I can not make a mess. There we go. I don't know. You guys that love the glue, the liquid glue, you guys know I need all the pointers on how you stay mess free. I don't know how you guys do it. All right. But I do like using the glue when I'm tucking stuff in, because you can kind of move it around and you can lift things up and stick it underneath. You could do that with adhesive too. You just make sure you're not covering every spot of your backing when you use your tape runner, your Stampin' Seal, right? Oh, thank you, Yolanda. I appreciate it. All right, where else are we going to put these guys? Maybe over here. Oops. Have it not stick to your finger. There we go. And we'll do one more because we have it. So this die cuts out 6 of these little tiny leaves. go. Oops. Oh, so squishy. Okay. So that is the front of our card. Let's see. Can put a small puddle of glue on the silicone mat to dip your cut pieces in. That is true. That's a good tip, Lola. Thank you for that. I have done that in the past. I don't know why I don't think about doing it. Okay. So for the inside of this card, I decided to use Petal Pink as my inside layer. And I need to really clean the Swish Swish stamp because we're going to use it here. Make sure that there's no Peaceful Pine ink left on it. And there we go. And we're going to be using Crisp Cantaloupe, which is another new in color, which I haven't played with like at all. I'm not sure why. Okay. You guys ever rub your hands on your jeans? I'm like, all right, here we go. So I wanted to do, well, I'll show you what I want to do. We're going to make kind of like a frame. Okay. So I'm going to do all 4 sides, but it's going to go off the paper. So we're going to go, let's just start here. Loop this guy together. And the way that I did it is I did the 2 of the same sides, and then I did the shorter sides, and then I did the long sides. Do you have to do it that way? No. However your brain wants you to do this. So there's this. And then, like so. Let's see. I want the loops going the same way. So like, there we go. Okay, so can you guys see that? It's kind of like a frame. Okay. And then what did I do next? What did I do next? I took, it says your kindness means so much. And so I took Cantaloupe again and inked it up. Put it on here. That's not going to work. In my sample, look at what I did, guys. In my sample, I put the whoosh whooshes. So they went, the loops were like on the inside. But on this one, I didn't do that. So we're just going to leave this guy blank because my sentiment won't fit. It'll go over the whoosh whooshes. So, but what we are going to do is I'm going to cut out real quick another flower and put it on the inside. And make sure that the flower is on the right spot of the paper so we get a full flower. Let's see. So I think, and I just threw a circle away. Yep. Because I didn't think I was going to need it, but yes, I am. Don't be afraid to dig through your trash. Okay, and I'm not using glue because it's stressing me out. All right, so we're going to use the seal. There we go. And more seal. Like so. Add more seal. Okay, we're going to put this guy. Let's see, you can layer the stamp using half and half of the message. Yes, I could do that. That's a good point, Lola. You could ink up half the image, or you could put like a sticky note on it, like half, and ink it up, and then Um, there we go. Um, yeah, there's multiple ways you could cut that image in half. You could even like stamp it on something else and cut it down and put it on top of here. So there's lots and lots of different ways you could do that. Absolutely. Thank you for the tips, Lola. I appreciate them. All right. So this is our card for paper crafting fun. I hope you guys like it. Hopefully, oh wait, I was like trying to push this one down. Totally forgot that it is on dimensions, dimensionals. Oh yeah, yeah. Okay. Like I said, next week I will not be here live, but there will be a Funful video in later today and next Wednesday in your email box, dropped on YouTube. If you haven't subscribed to my email, make sure that you do so you get notifications when I do that. And thank you so much for being here. I appreciate all you guys. Hopefully today you get to have a little paper crafting fun. See, Lois said, love having the flower inside. I know, just a little touch of something, right? It's cute. And the flowers are all stitched. Not all. Actually, the big one's not stitched. But the, well, at least this size. I think it's every other one is stitched. So I appreciate you. And I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.